Dress to impress. Mark Twain wrote in the Tsar's Soliloquy 1905, one realizes that without his clothes a man would be nothing at all, and that clothes do not merely make the man, clothes are the man. Parshas Tetzaveh is all about clothing. Why does the Torah give so much airtime to the clothing that the Cohen Gadol wore? Why do we need so many details? The Hebrew word for garment, Beis Gimel Daled, beged, can also be vowelized as bogad, betrayal, like we say Oshamnu Bogadnu. The Emeritus Chief Rabbi, Lord Jonathan Sacks, Zichrono Livracha, says that in Bereshis, lots of stories involve clothing. Whenever a garment is a key element in the story, it involves some sort of deception or betrayal. For example, the coverings of the leaves that Adam and Chava made for themselves after eating the forbidden fruit. Yaakov wore Esau's clothes when he took his blessing, deceiving his father. Tamar wore the clothes of a prostitute to deceive Yehuda into fathering children through her. The brothers used Yosef's blood-stained cloak to deceive their father into thinking that he had been killed by a wild animal. Potiphar's wife used the cloak that Yosef had left behind as evidence for her false claim that he had tried to rape her. Yosef himself took advantage of his viceroy clothing to conceal his identity from his brothers when they came to buy food in Egypt. Clothes have to do with the surface, but not with the depth, the outward and not the inward, with appearance rather than reality. All the more that they should form the basis of such an important detailed subject about the clothing that Cohen Gadol would wear in the Beis HaMikdash. In Shmuel Aleph, Perek Tes Zayin, Posuk Zayin, we read, Ki ha'odam yireh le'enayim v'Hashem yireh la'levav. That people can look at the outward appearances, but Hashem looks at the inside, in the heart. Clothing can hide our true selves. They cover up our bodies, and we can change what we look like, and we represent different things when we're wearing different things. Rav Soloveitchik, who passed away in 1993, taught that without clothes, humans are more or less the same, but clothing can bestow with us a level of individuality. With clothes on, we look very different from each other. In Parshas Tetzaveh, Hashem gives Moshe the instructions of how to make clothes for the Kohanim, Aaron and his sons, what they had to wear in the Mishkan and later in the Beis HaMikdash. And he said the clothes should be lechavod u'lesifores. They should be as an honor and a splendor. The Kohanim had to dress befitting their status. The Gemara in Zevachim, Yud Zayin Amud Beis, says, Bizman shebigdehem aleihem, kahunosam aleihem. When the Kohanim wore their clothes, the kahuna was upon them. Ein bigdehem aleihem, if they weren't wearing their special clothing, ein kahunosam aleihem. The priesthood was not upon them. The Bigdei Kahuna gave the Kohanim some sort of status that they could serve in the temple. When they put on the clothes, they transformed into serving as Kohanim in the Beis HaMikdash. So we can see that clothes can confer dignity and elevate our status. The Queen, for example, might wear certain clothing at royal occasions and a crown for certain events. Or people might choose to take time to decide what to wear for an important interview or a special occasions, like going to a wedding. Like, who can remember going to a wedding? But clothing is not the whole story. It doesn't tell you about your inner self. In the Beis HaMikdash, the Kohanim did lots of jobs. Now, I think they're very glamorous. Wouldn't it be cool to be a Cohen Gadol? But what were they actually doing? They were preparing sacrifices, chopping meat, cleaning the menorah, cleaning the blood off the floor. Not so glamorous, it seems. A Jewish home is referred to as a mikdash ma'at. We have plenty of work to do at home. And even though I don't know about other people, I don't dress lechavod u'lesifores. I'm wearing like a bit schmutty clothes when I'm cleaning. But some people might clean in really nice things. It's quite hard to keep motivated, keep clearing up. We're not allowed to say the Pesach is coming soon. And this week is not easy to juggle Shabbos and Purim. But we have to think like the Kohanim. They sort of they donned their clothing when they worked, and they worked as Kohanim in the Mishkan and the Mikdash. We have to don not special clothes perhaps, but a special mindset, positivity about the things we're doing. We need to adopt a positive mindset and think to ourselves, like the Cohen Gadol who was working in the Mishkan and doing their avodah, we are doing work at home, helping our family and helping our house and keeping Shabbos and making it special for us and our family. On Purim, we dress up in fancy clothes, fancy dress, disguising ourselves as a character perhaps that we are not. We're not doing this in order to be deceitful like the stories in Parshas. Rather, we dress up in order to downplay the importance of clothes. Albeit clothes can be powerful, they don't tell the full story. The orphan Annie, in her song, "You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile," says, "Who cares what they're wearing on Main Street or Savile Row? It's what you wear from ear to ear and not from head to toe that matters. What really counts in life is who we are inside. So keep a positive mindset, smile, wishing everybody good Shabbos and Purim Sameach."